Because, hey, what's up, guys? Because it is January and it is the new year, this is the Shooting the Shit podcast, right? But we're going to do something a little different. We're going to start doing something on this podcast that integrates like audio clips from other situations that are crazy, that are weird, and you guys are going to be able to hear that, and I'm going to be able to like kind of review it and give my opinion on these savages going nuts. So let's roll the intro and let's get into the Shooting the Shit podcast. Let's go.
They don't know the struggle and the things that I see. You could do you, and I'ma do me. But I will not fall, cause I have it all. And the pressure's hitting me to the core. Stay motivated, I'll never fall to the floor.
So we're going to be playing some clips from Your Mama's House podcast. And basically the concept is they're saying that Tom Segura, the comedian, always goes to bed, but like when he's getting ready to go to bed, he'll put on some murder mysteries, murder documentaries, like the craziest of the crazy. Like the next door neighbor in South Carolina, she used to wear a red sweatshirt and she got attacked, and it's real stuff. Like people really are, they're true stories. Like the girl next door type of stories. Like you hear them and you're like, damn, that happened in my community. And she's his wife. She's basically saying that she's sick of it. She doesn't understand why he's into so much graphic stuff. It's not like horror movies. It's like documentaries on like real savages that really kill people.
In bed, I'm telling you, it's like it is literally the worst shit you could watch before you go to sleep at night and dream. You know why you read children nice bedtime stories? So that they have a positive thing before you go into the unconscious and you dream. You dream positively. And I'm drifting off to sleep, and all I hear is like the bodies were burned, severed in half, stabbed, raped, dragged behind a truck. And then he's like just sitting there smiling. I go, what are you watching? Haven't we watched all the murder shows? He's gone through all the Narcos. He's gone through all the drug lord stuff. And now we're just... How do you even find the new murder shows?
They just keep putting them out.
It's because Netflix keeps recommending them. When you type in like comedy stuff, and only comedy stuff will come up, and then eventually Netflix is like, this motherfucker's into comedy, and they'll just keep pumping you out comedy stuff all the time. And that's especially what my Netflix is all about. My Netflix list, it says comedies out the ass, like comedies. But this is crazy with the murder mystery stuff.
Keep coming out.
They keep putting them out.
But my question to
And
you...
I keep eating them up.
Yeah, you just love it. And he's up till midnight just weirding out, watching these shows.
She's like, half asleep. She goes, please. I just hear she goes, please. Put on anything else. I'm trying to sleep here. And how do you fill your brain with this garbage? How are you... She's like...
Well, it's still...
How are you gonna, you know what you're putting into your mind? You just put craziness into your mind.
Well, it's filth. It literally is violence pornography. It is the most hateful, harmful stuff to put into your mind at night before you go to sleep.
It's a documentary series.
Anybody would tell it's not healthy.
It's a documentary series.
Night.
I go to bed. Yeah, it's good. It's a good show.
It's not healthy to fill your head full of garbage.
It's like, a fascinating story.
It's like watching the news right before bed. You don't want to do those things.
The Henry Lee Lucas one?
I don't want to know it.
Confession Killer?
But it doesn't give you nightmares?
No.
I don't know how it doesn't. It trickles into my life.
It doesn't give me nightmares.
How do you watch that violence? That absolute nightmarish, ghoulish stuff, and then you roll over every night and you sleep like an angel. You do.
It doesn't give me nightmares. That's why.
Yeah.
It's just a story. I'm watching a story.
It terrifies me, the stuff that you watch. I couldn't watch it in the middle of the day. I'd be terrified even. It's always raping, murdering.
Yeah, I like to be entertained. It's a good story.
You heard what he said. I like to be entertained. It's like some people I'll give you an example. It's like those people who are really into like hardcore crazy sex, right? They go out and they like bondage and like choking and all this stuff. Then you have the other people that are vanilla who won't try nothing. So the people that are doing the crazier stuff, a lot of people are looked at like, you're fucking weird. But to be honest, they're just doing what they like and they're spicing it up because that's what they like, baby. I mean, come on now. If he likes the blood, the murder, the stabbings, the craziness, then let him love his stuff. If you like to watch puppies and comedies and romantic stuff, do you? I mean, everybody has their own go-to. Everybody has their own, like, I guess you'd say kinks or fetishes in life. Everybody has one. If you tell me you don't, everybody does. Some are more open. Some are more hardcore. Some are more, like, scared to tell people what they're into. Some people are not into nothing. Some people are so vanilla. If you said, like, let's just say like if it comes down to like hair pulling or something when it comes to the bedroom, some people are like, I don't like that. They just want to lay there and basically do nothing. And I'm like, what? You got to do something. I don't like to be touched like that. I don't want to be spanking. It's like, dude, you got to do something, my guy. You got to do something. But like she's saying basically that she can't stand him watching these horror stuff and these killings and these stabbings. And Michelle Obama got dragged by a car 3 miles and her body just banged and crashed against the floor. And all you can hear is her body and her skin ripping from her flesh and her flesh ripping from her body. And all you hear is, help me, help me. And then you hear the driver of the car, the sick son of a bitch, yells out, ha ha ha, dummy, you're mine. And she's like, that's crazy. But some people get really into that stuff. I know the guitar player, Mick Thompson of Slipknot, he has an fascination with serial killers. He said it on one of their documentaries. He said, yeah, I love serial killers. And my neighbors think I'm weird because I'm out on tour for, let's say, 3 months. I come back and I'm secluded. I don't leave my house. I don't really go anywhere. And my neighbors are always like, what the fuck? He leaves for months on end, comes home and never gets out of his house. And people might not know that he's in a metal band because he wears a mask. And some people were like, he's a rich guy. They understand he's probably rich in a nice house. But wouldn't it be weird if you didn't see your neighbor for, let's say, 3 months, and then he finally shows up, and then you see, like, Jim up the road, he goes in his house, and you don't see him, and then one day he leaves, and he's not back for 6 months, you're like, what the hell is this dude doing? You'd wonder what the hell's going on.
Thing of, like, before you go to sleep, Nadav, don't you have a...
So I can kind of sympathize with the lady. Basically, it sounds like she goes into the Sprint store, which is an American cell phone company, right? And she basically is complaining that she's missing her photos. I guess maybe her phone messed up and she took it in there to get it worked on, and then they messed up where I guess maybe they deleted her photos or they did something. And I can understand if you lost all your photos and whatever. And a lot of times you have photos of like family. You might have some like sexual photos on there. You might have other things that you don't want other people to see. Or like I said, you have your kids, your siblings on there, and these are memories that a lot of people don't realize you need to back that shit up, not to the cloud, but like back it up to a hard drive or something, because you could lose your phone very easily, or your phone could break, and then you have to get a new one, and then you lose all your stuff. But here's what the lady is flipping out. Like, she goes off, and I'm talking like testosterone at a whole nother level, my guy.
I'm gonna follow my tone, but you tell him. That's right, I did threaten him. Because now I lost, now I'm threatening you.
Your car was bad.
My pictures were on his phone. Don't tell me any differently.
What happened when she bought the phone?
Okay, the guy just said your card was bad. Like the SD card went bad, right? That happened to me before, where I had an SD card in my phone, and it kept saying like error, error, error. So I had to change out the memory card because for some reason it just kept reading an error. So once I got my memory card to work, I was able to I took all my pictures and put it onto the computer so I wouldn't lose them. And then I put my new memory card in and got my pictures back because I put them back from my computer back to my phone. So I actually had those as well. So this the guy just said your memory card was bad, basically. And all the people in the video, I'll link them down below, are just they're being very nice and professional. But listen to this lady.
Pictures were on that phone.
You're gonna call the cops.
I will if you don't. You too.
All right.
You call the cops. Go right ahead.
You want me to call the cops?
I'd like to punch your lights out.
Jesus Christ, lady.
Jesus Christ!
What? Oh, good work.
Fucking asshole.
Oh my God. See that?
You fucking
Wait, no, you
balls.
keep interrupting, man.
I'm sorry. I'm
trying to-
just.
And then he tells the lady, thanks for coming and thanks for stopping by. Like, realistically, lady, you flipped out over nothing. I mean, I understand you flipping out because you lost your pictures. But the thing is, you have to take in consideration when you cool off, you have to understand this is okay. Because it's like when I worked at Walmart. And you know how you have like the door greeters, right? And they check your receipt. They're not checking your receipt to see if you stole, dummy. Like when people go out through the security thing, out the door goes beep, beep. And people assume that it makes them look like they're stealing. They're only checking the cashier number on the receipt. Most people don't even know about this. And then when I was working at Walmart one time, the manager had a microwave thrown at him. One time, this lady, she goes out and goes beep, and the door greeter goes, hey, I need to check your receipt. He's not checking to see if you're stealing anything. He's just making sure, like he could tell, like door greeter can tell, like if it's like an electronic item that wasn't scanned properly. And then that, then he'll write down in his logbook, like, cashier number 4215 didn't do this. And then if they keep messing up, they get a coaching because they're forgetting to take the buzzer off of the product so it doesn't beep when they get out, right? So this lady ends up flipping out, like raging, like I'm talking cussing, raging, and the store manager comes up and goes, excuse me, ma'am, is there anything possibly that I can do to satisfy you? Because I apologize for this transaction that just happened between my door greeter and you. He's not assuming that you stole anything. We're checking the receipt just to see the cashier's number. And she goes, this is bullshit. I spend $1,000 a month here every single month. And you guys are going to think I'm stealing. I ain't stealing. And we're like, ma'am, calm down. All that we're trying to explain to you is there's a receipt with a number on it. And she didn't want to hear that. So the manager goes, so is there anything I can do as the manager to help you out tonight? And she goes, yes, I want everything in this cart for free. You guys just made me look like an asshole and thinking I'm stealing. And we're like, we're not even thinking you're stealing. We're doing none of that. And she goes, yeah, you are. The buzzer went off and people are looking at me like I'm a thief. And then she goes, oh, you ain't going to help me out? And we're like, we can't just give you $1,000 or whatever the cart was, like for $400, $100, whatever. She pushes the cart over and storms out. And then she comes back in the next day and goes, hey, I'd like to apologize. We're like, for what? She goes, remember last night when I freaked out? I was like, yeah. Did you understand what happened? She goes, my husband told me what happened and explained to me the whole detail of what happened. All it is, when the buzzer goes off, we check the receipt, and then you go on your way. It's not because you stole something. It's just because maybe the cashier forgot to swipe something. They maybe forgot to take off a security tag, and that's it. None of you were convicted of stealing or thinking of stealing. And she goes, well, I apologize. I look like a complete ass yesterday. We're like, and we're kind of like, yeah, you look like a bitch. You freaked out. And now you're going to be that girl that's known to the Walmart employees as the girl that freaked out. There's no point in you freaking out. there was no point in that. And she felt so stupid. So stupid. I'm like, we could have called the cops on you, lady. You could have went to jail. And it wouldn't have been because you're stealing. It would have been because you fucked up with your ability to just freak out. So now we're about to check out Lamar the Moto Man. Basically, the concept of his YouTube page and Instagram is he goes around and he just talks to people and who give him roses or flowers, and he does stuff that is funny, stuff that is unique, and he's not doing it in a way that's like rude or anything. He's just, and then you can tell he's like joking, ha ha ha, sorry. So the dude is hilarious the way he just goes out of his way and who like blow a kiss to somebody, who give a rose to somebody, and he does it in a way that is like funny. Like you just be like sitting at the stoplight, who drive up on his motorcycle, like, hey, what's up? And they're like, what's up, dog? He's like, yeah, you want to kiss? And the guy will be like, nah, I don't want to kiss from you. He's like, nah, a Hershey kiss. And he pulls out a Hershey kiss and gives it to him. So it's like a funny PG, funny channel. But the dude has massive amounts of views. He's getting like 30,000 views every single time. And I think it's way more popping on the Instagram than it is on YouTube, just because his content is very short to the point. It's not very long and drags out. I don't think his content is that kind of content that would be good if it was being dragged out. Yeah, that's called sneezing, my guy. So the concept of this is he's at Walmart and he's trying to get the Walmart employee's number and to give her flowers, and will give you contact. The guy has a girlfriend, so he's just doing it in a funny, jokey way. But a lot of people said the girl that he was talking to at the Walmart was ugly, which for me, I don't think she's an ugly chick whatsoever. But here's the clip. Like I said, it's funny.
These are for you. These are for you. Come here. You know you want these. Can I get your number after I give you these? I want to buy these for you. Can you call me later? No. Rude. But no. Smooth, but no. We got a loyal one. Hey. I have a turtle. You have a turtle? Yeah. See? We're both talking about like things that don't matter, right?
And listen to what he says at the end, so you know it's not like he's taking it to heart.
I'm just kidding.
See? So he's doing it in a jokey way, but he's getting like 20, 30,000 views because it's very short and to the point, and his videos are just like a minute long. Check this one out. It's one of those kind of content that you get engaged with. You just watch them over and over and over and over because they're only a minute long. Some are like 30 seconds, and it's just, I don't know, there's something about it that's just like very funny.
I'm gonna need that.
Huh?
I'm gonna need that.
Need what?
Your phone number. Yeah, I'm gonna need it right now. You have to give it to me.
I can give it.
Why?
Yeah.
¿Por qué, wey?
Married way.
I don't care, wey. I'm gonna need that.
Huh?
I'm gonna need that.
Need what?
Your phone number.
Just the look on the girl's face was like, oh shit. You didn't even say nothing. You just came up with my guy and was like, I need your number. And she was like, huh? I need that number. That's baller stat. You gotta have confidence for days just to walk up to a hot girl and be like, I need your number. She's like, what? I'm married. I don't care. I want that number. I don't give a damn. I'm a player. That he didn't even care right there. He just came right out of it. I need that number. This is like the ultimate player move of all time. Ha.
Can you do me a favor? Can you call my phone real quick? I think I left it in the store over here. Call your phone? Yeah, just in case someone grabbed it, I can tell them I'm gonna come right back real quick.
So he just said, can you call my number because I think I dropped it in the store somewhere. And as a nice girl that she is, she's not even thinking about it. She's like, yeah, sure, I'll call.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. 602. It's a new number. What the heck is going on? Oh, my bad. I had it on me. My bad. That was an easy way to get your number, girl. No, I just wanted to make you smile. I'm LeVar. What's your name? Dolores. I like that. You should look me up on Instagram. I just make people... Huh? No, you don't. No, I'm saying look me up. Yeah. No. It's LeVar. It's LAVAR. And then it's the second one, the Moto Man. Let me know what you think of my videos. Since you're gonna be in one of them. Hey.
See, that's a player right there. Like, he was smooth about it. He got the attractive girl's number without even asking. That is something that all guys should be thinking of. Like, you want that girl's number, baby? And you just be like, hey, I think I lost my phone. Here's my number, 902-202-101. Bing, 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 bing. Oh, shit, it's in my pocket. Thanks, baby. You gave me your number without me asking. So, basically, I didn't even ask, but you gave me your number because you called it. Ha, ha. But he was like, hey, just follow me on the Instagram, baby. And she's like, I want to look you up right now. He's like, look me up. And the cool thing is, he's done this once before to another girl in the store, in one of the stores. And like I said, he just does it in a very like comedic way. And if you were a very awkward individual and you did this, hey, it wouldn't work. Like, the shit would not be funny. He's jokey, he's funny, and the shit is hilarious. But it's LeVar the Moto Man. So it's LAVAR _ the _ MOTO _ man _ So it's LeVar the Moto Man. So you can find it on Instagram. His YouTube videos, I'm not exactly sure exactly what they are. If they're the same context, the same whatever. But like I said, they're all fucking hilarious.
Can I go in front of you? Huh? Can I go in front of you? Yeah. I'm in a rush.
You're good.
You sure?
Yes.
I'm just kidding. I just wanted to see if you were going to be nice enough. Can I go on?
And that girl is like fire hot. Oh my God. Because he's in Arizona. You got all the Latinas out there. Woo-hoo. That's tough. But hey guys, that is like what I want to call Shooting the Shit podcast. And I just wanted to add some of these funny clips because I really, like I said, think it's funny to add these clips and just shoot the shit with you guys and kind of context over it, kind of talk over it, because I think that's the way to make the podcast that much more enjoyable for you guys, because you get to hear some funny shit instead of just me talking about whatever.
At it, and she was like 58, so she squinted at the shit up against the wall. But here's what's beautiful. I took a shit and I put my back against the wall. So when I shit, when you shit outside, it's not going to be a decent shit. Yeah. It's going to be like explosive. So when I got up, it looks like somebody got shot in the head. There was shit all behind me on the wall. So she's sitting there with her little French poodles and her little chihuahuas, and she's looking at the wall like, what the fuck happened there? And all of a sudden, she actually walks up close to it and squints and looks down on it and looks around and runs in the house. I'm watching all this. I can't breathe. And now I go to the computer because my wife's very decent. And I'm sitting there for a half hour. And then my wife comes in and she goes, were you home all day today? I go, yeah, why? She goes, I just had a conversation with Susan. She wanted to know if you heard anything in the backyard. Because some animal took a shit back there. I went to get sushi.
Oh my God.
The best was the night I took a shit in Faberman's backyard after a 5-hour drive from Colton or some weird town.
Didn't he not talk to you after that for a while?
For a while. I took a shit and then he ran over it with his car. And the whole backyard smelled like sewage waste. I go over there the next day. He goes, it smells back here. Let's talk in the house. He goes, I don't know what happened. And you can see the brown shit. He smushed it with this tire. And a bunch of flies were around. Monster suck your pipe. I know what's happened. I know what's happened. Monster suck your pipe. Fucking monster suck your pipe. Monster suck your pipe. But here's what gets better. I farted again. And the teachers were going, "Oh my God, he's changing flavors." But the worst thing was the cheerleaders were crying. That's how bad it smelled. They were sitting in front of the bus going,
Wait a minute, he's changing flavors.
One of the teachers yelled out, "Oh my God, he's changing flavors."
But I do remember the lady behind you. I will never forget hearing her over the earphones.
Yeah.
I hear, "Oh my God!" There it is. Over the pounding sound in my iPod, I hear a woman in the row behind us cry out, "Oh my God!" I look over at Joey and he smiles. There's your fucking happy pill right there.
You're right, Antonio Banderas. It says right
Told
there.
you.
Oh, what was it?
Some bad movie. The Daily News, and there was a puddle.
I told you, Joey's a savage.
Jersey City in those days and get methadone. So I point my ass at him. I'm not sitting behind him. I'm sitting across from him.
Yeah.
And I lift up my hips a little bit. And I kept my asshole just pointing at him. That even if it wasn't pointing at him, it would ricochet off the chair and go straight into his mouth like one of those things. He's sitting there, and I let a fart go out. I could live to be 80. He lifted this first, right? Like he went like this first, like, and he wiped his mouth. And he's like, "Man, who the fuck farted?" And he goes, "It smelled like someone went up somebody's ass and died." And me and my little buddies were like, "What?"
Like I said, playing these little clips here and there, I think are funny. They make the podcast that much more enjoyable. And if you guys fucking love today's episode where I just added some randomness, like I said, randomness, then hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, because we'll be back for another episode coming very, very soon. I just thought I would bring you this conversation because it kind of reminds you of the podcast that Your Mama's House does with Tom Segura. They do a podcast like that where they add clips and other stuff, and it's just more funny than just shooting the shit, I guess. So as always, this has been like a 30-minute podcast, and I'm out, baby. Thanks for listening.